na 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 na. Kill them with the, kill them with the, kill them with the head. Na 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 na. Kill them with the now. Na 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 na. Kill them with the, kill them with the, kill them with the heads high. Kill them with the no. Just make a boy know you're not blow. Heads high. Kill them with the no. No boy ain't got no secret for your wow. Heads high. Kill them with the no. Just make a boy know you're not blow. Heads high. Kill them with the no. Tell them say Vegas say so. Me want you skin your teeth and make me see. If you're sure from your phone that you never tweet. You wanna freak, one man you keep. And if never get complaints say you deep. You make your bow, you no answer to yo. One man a sample your chow. Knit up your bro, make a guy know. Say him be moving blow. And sing again heads high. Kill them with the no. Just make a boy know you're not blow. Heads high. Kill them with the no. Make a boy know you wanna pop fish up about heads high. Kill them with the no. Just make a boy know you're not blow. Heads high. Kill them with the no. Tell them Vegas say so. Me want hear you scream. If your mouth clean, no man never rub your heel with no ice cream. You don't smell green like Charlene. You will appreciate have a healthy hygiene. Some assuming while you keep blooming like a pretty little lily in the morning. You're not crawling, fresh as them darling. When you're rising, them keep falling. So sing again, heads high. Kill them with the no. Just make a boy know you're not blow. Heads high. Kill them with the no. No boy can't take a your paper fish of wow. Heads high. Kill them with the no. Just make a boy know you're not blow. Heads high. Kill them with the no. Them not a secret for you. I sing again, heads high. Kill them with the no. Just make a boy know you're not blow. Heads high. Kill them with the no. No boy can't take a your paper fish of wow. Heads high. Kill them with the no. Just make a boy know you're not blow. Heads high. Kill them with the no. Tell them Vegas say so. Me want you scream, rock out, wind up your body. Hand in the air, cause you wanna ray. One ship alone can duck on the bed. And the boy Mike, you no DJ. I sing again, heads high. Kill them with the no. Just make a punk know you're not blow. Heads high. Kill them with the no. No boy can't take a your paper fish of a bow. Heads high. Kill them with the no. Just make a punk know you're not blow. Heads high. Kill them with the no. Tell them Vegas say so. Me want you skin your teeth and make.
Pull up. Come forward, Beanie Man. Come forward. Yo. Go over to Instagram. Mr. Vegas Music. Instagram. I'm just here for 1 minute. Go over Instagram. Mr. Vegas Music.
And look on the woman where you got. Look out the woman where you're the median. Just suppose she jump at the to be like that. And then you see you're gonna relax. Here's a miss row. Can't run away a stage show. Here's a woman have a run and then go. Scrape up one knee and scrape up one toe. And she a bend down low. So girl, leave your man and give your problem. Let him go. And your boyfriend and niggy, let him go. Cause every night him come in, niggy, and your ears and your nose say your ears in my ears.
Combat. Pull up. Alright, two more songs. Come in.
Are you serious? This this trick done left his MySpace open.
Hello.
Baby?
Oh, what about baby girl?
Don't baby girl me. How many of your groupies you call baby girl? Is Tisha a baby girl? Is Amanda a baby girl too? And who the hell is Bonquisha? Is that even a name? Man, I got man, you want to be a girl or youth. Talk the truth, from you know say you wanna cook. Talk the truth, man a vegetarian, me a no fruit. Man a girl, man a girl.
Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up.
Yo, keep them on this God.
Pull up. Pull up, pull up. Yeah, bro.
How you?
What going, bro?
I'm all right.
Yo.
I'm all right. Yes, sir.
I just want to say thanks for taking the time out to come chill out with the people them on this page and, you know,
Yes, sir.
shed some knowledge with the Caribbean people. Because I have to take my hats off to you, bro. I don't know how you keep doing it, bro. Trust me. At times I feel like yo, because I learned so much from you, where it feels like a prison, like the knowledge is in a prison when I keep it. Like I'm saying, yo, why am I even talking to these people?
Right.
So I purposely like stayed off your channel for a minute, bro. I'm like, yo, I'm not even going on your page. because whenever I come on your page, like I learn so much. It's like to go back and deliver this message now to these people. If I keep it, I feel like it's tormenting me. I'm like, you know, and then you go and share it and the people like, yo, we don't want to hear that. You know, we want to stay as sheep.
Right.
You know? So I don't know how you keep doing it, but I respect you. I know you're putting, you know, your life on the line out there, all kind of things. So we have to respect you for that, bro. And trust me, I've been following you for like 2 years or a year and a half. And I've learned so much. You're one of the persons where let me actually start to read. You let me start reading, bro. You let me start reading and start doing my research. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Because it's not like you're putting information forward where we cannot go and research it. You understand?
Right.
So that in itself, you know, is like, you know, whole heap of thanks, brother. Because
Yes,
you let me enroll in a college. I'm like, yo, I didn't even dream of even going to college. You see me, I say?
Right.
And you make me take the time out and start read, go get my GED, enroll in a college. You see me, I say, this I like, I'm about to finish my 4th semester. Trust me, with a perfect 4.0, courtesy of like you and the people them where I learn from, the people them where, because when I started learning from you, then I went to Dr. Ben, you know, Ben Youssef, and then I went to Walter Williams, and then I went to Jordan Maxwell, and it's just like, and then I went to Alim Bay, you see? And all the great ones, it's so much, bro. You see? So I just appreciate the fact that you take the time off to come check with it. We know some of the people them from over your page, you know, we come forward. So first and foremost, the first question I want to ask you is, do you think it's worth it? And why? To keep fighting for the freedom of black people, both spiritually, mentally, and physically?
You know what? That's a beautiful question. And before I answer that question, I want to say shout out to you. You know, we brothers from another. So, you know, much love to you. Shout out to the platform. And I want everybody in the Caribbean to know I'm gonna be popping up down there very soon. So, you know, we're going to be dropping some heat. So prepare for that. But outside of that, you know, I want to say, my motivation really is more for children than it is for adults. And that's why I keep, you know, that's what really fuels my fire, because an adult has you know, they have the ability to make that decision whether they want to remain asleep or woke. But a child doesn't have that ability. So if I was to allow the ignorance of adults to discourage me, then I would be cheating my children by accepting that excuse. And so, you know, this is why I'm pretty straightforward, and I basically let adults know I don't really care about y'all, as cold as that sound. I'm putting the information out. If you want it, you know, come get it. If not, that's fine with me. But, you know, my tenacity and the passion is really for the youth, because the youth is who needs me the most. You know, a 30-year-old, you know, ignorant person who, you know, likes to be a sheep, I don't really care about you. You know what I'm saying? Go die. You know what I'm saying? Go be a slave if that's what you want to do. But a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 5-year-old, excuse me, is who we fighting. I got caught up with my own words. A kid is who we fighting for to really make this world a better place. And so with that being said, outside of me getting caught up on my own goddamn words, yeah, children is who we supposed to be, you know, shedding blood for, dying for. So when I wake up in the morning,
question, bro, if the adults are not with what we're saying, how is it going to get to the children? because they're like the blockage to get in order for your message to get to the children. They will need some form of approval from the parent or the parents to ascertain that message to pass to them. But the parents, that is what we're dealing with. Because look around the world. It's like to every 10 persons that come to this realization that we were conned. Straight up, like we were conned. Right?
Well, I don't want to cut you off, but I want to say that I don't feel that that's all the way true, because if parents actually controlled the minds of their children, we wouldn't be in the place that we're in now. Rap music wouldn't be, you know, having these kids do the things that it have them do. TV wouldn't have these kids doing the thing. So really, you know, the internet and who children decide to watch is who controls the kids. Parents don't do nothing but give birth to the child. Most parents are not actively raising their children. So if we're going to be all the way honest, you know, between school and TV, those are the parents of these children. Most parents are just birthers. They're not parents psychologically. So, you know, for me, I know that as long as I continue to grow on the internet, I'm a outlet for youth, you know, to come to. And then for two, you know, I don't, like I said, I'm doing things that I don't really discuss publicly for certain reasons.
Right.
I'm going to institute myself to where I can directly affect not just youth, but parents who think like me and are looking for the same thing I'm looking for. You feel what I'm saying? Because, you know, go ahead.
But what I'm saying is what Marcus Garvey did. Marcus Garvey was like trying to move the needle. You see? All the great ones that came before, they were trying to move the needle. And as soon as something goes down, it's like it's back to one.
And that's
so I'm like trying to figure out.
And that's why they failed, because they trying to move the needle. You can't move the needle by trying to move the needle, because that's not how the universe works. You have to move the needle by living that way yourself. So the way I plan on influencing the world is to show that you can be successful by being intelligent and being conscious. So if you look at everybody who's failed, and we take away jealousy and envy and just ignorance, right? Whether it be Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, or whoever, right? Take all of that away and let's just deal with the template. They were going to fail anyway. Not anyway. Let me clean that up, because that sounds harsh. They were not going to fully succeed anyway, because you have to respect the universal principle of free will. It's like even with extraterrestrials. People are like, oh, why extraterrestrials, you know, don't come down here? Because you have a certain responsibility for your own life. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, I'm not here to tell all black people what they should be doing. I'm just here to do what I know should be done. And if you see me doing it, follow the blueprint. You know what I'm saying? If you see me living a certain way, doing certain things, you know, I'm starting businesses that do certain things, take the blueprint. You know what I'm saying? And do it. So my main thing is, when you try to tell people what to do, you kind of re-enslaving them, because the point of being conscious is realizing that you are God. You know what I'm saying? So if I come into people's lives and I say, do what I'm telling you to do because it's the right thing, even if what I'm telling you is the right thing, I'm reinstitutionalizing slavery, because now in order for you to listen to me, you got to idolize me. So the way that I stay effective is because I talk to the people instead of at the people. And I keep it to where it's like, listen, I'm doing this because these are the effects of this. I would recommend that you do this too. If you don't, you know, good for you. And so even for people who would want to doubt me, you can doubt my words, but you can't doubt the effects of my actions. So if I say I don't eat meat because of this, I'm not going to force you to stop eating meat. I'm just not going to eat it. And then you can talk all the crap to me you want to talk, but then when I'm not going to the hospital like you're going to the hospital, when I don't have the sicknesses that you have, the proof is in the actions and activities. And so my thing is, I'm finna take this to a whole nother level where, you know, some things I'm just not gonna speak about on this camera. You know, it's a lot of things I'm just gonna pop up with. Yeah, I'm just gonna pop up with. But with that being said, yeah.
Quick question. Do you think Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, and some of the others that were before us, do you think they were not more effective because they followed the European doctrine, or they subscribed to the European doctrine?
Nah, I think that they wasn't effective for the same reason that Nipsey Hussle wasn't effective. And that is that reason. It's that one reason. You can't love, and I don't want nobody to sound like I'm a terrorist, right? So I have to say that this is just a quote that's meant to keep your mind, you know, strong and militant. And I always tell people, you don't love nobody to the point where you can't kill them. You know what I'm saying? Because if you love me to the point where if I become a terrorist and you can't blow me away, then you cheating yourself. You know what I'm saying? What if I get bit by a zombie and I'm turned into a zombie and you don't want to shoot me because I'm your man? So my main thing is, all of them people were betrayed by their own people because they loved their people to the point where they were blind that wickedness does exist within our people. That's just a fact. So you can't, so I'm coming back to my saying, you can't love somebody to the point where you can't kill them. I don't go fuck who it is, your spouse, your family, I don't care. I love people deeply, but I don't love people blindly. And so everybody that's failed has failed because they love their people to the point where they convinced themselves the same things they were fighting against didn't exist within the black community. And I keep it real with myself. I'm not gonna lie to myself. I let myself know it's ain't shit niggas in my community too. It's pedophile niggas in my community too. It's hating ass niggas and grimy ass niggas in my community too. And so my thing is, I walk amongst my people because I love my people, but I don't put myself out there to where the negative entities in my community could victimize me or fail me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't do shit to where I create problems that I expect people to come to my aid for that I just know are not going to do that because they don't give a fuck. And so my main thing is, I don't lie to myself and act like I'm a wake all black people up or all black people are going to give a fuck. I know for a fact that it's going to be the numbers are going to be very unbalanced. There's going to be 20% of black people that's going to wake up, and there's going to be 80% that's going to be asleep. And out of them 80%, we probably going to have to run through 60%. And so with that being said, everybody that came, yeah, go ahead.
All right, sorry. But all right. So you just let me look on it another way, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're big on energy, right?
Yes, sir.
You're big on energy transferring from one individual to another individual, right?
Yes.
So, for example, Jamaica, 90% of Jamaicans are Christians. Even if they do not practice it, they're Christian, they have a Christian mindset, right?
Right.
With so many Christians in such a small demographic, and transferring that energy, that Eurocentric energy, that energy to keep them passive. How are we gonna get away from that European control, that oppression, all of that thing that is holding us back?
You don't convince them that it's wrong. You just show them that it's wrong by succeeding. So, you know, what I would do if I lived in Jamaica, I would create schools, hospitals, and you know, just infrastructure and institution that is non-colonial or Christian, and I would raise, you know, a society within a society on the grounds that we know it should be raised, and I would just make everybody watch us be successful. And I'm at the point now where I'm not telling you not to be a Christian. I'm just telling you don't bring that shit over here, or we're gonna have some problems. And so I'm at the point now where y'all can do what y'all want to do. Do what you want to do. Just don't come over here. And then when shit hit the fan, don't expect my help. Like I tell black people this all the time. I'm gonna say it again. If you are a religious black person, don't call me. If the police whoop your ass, call your God. If some racist shit happen, call your God. It's me or your God. You're not gonna have it both ways. You're not gonna be a Christian, a Muslim, and a Hebrew and all of this bullshit. And then when the person who forced the religion on you oppresses you, now you want to fuck with me. Nah, we not doing that. So I'm just at the point now where I'm like, listen, everybody that's doing something that's toxic or that's colonial, just do that shit over there. But for those of us that don't want to be colonized, we coming over here and we just ask that y'all don't bother us, because we are going to be very militant and we are going to protect ourselves from a colonial psychology. So as long as everybody that loves slavery stay the fuck over there on the plantation and don't start coming where we at, we're not going to have no problems. And then they're going to watch us grow. They're going to watch us, you know, evolve. They're going to watch us spiritually ascend. They're going to watch us be physically advanced. They're going to watch us be intellectually advanced, and they're going to want to take part of that. And when they want to take part of that, then we're going to tell them the same thing we had to do. Do this shit on your own and build this shit up from the ground like we had to do, or tell your God to do it. But my thing is, all of the convincing, I'm past that shit. All of the talking, I'm past that. I'm ready. I'm ready to, you know, to get to straight to the action. Yes.
Right. But what do you say about the people who are ignorant, though? The people who are ignorant, the people who are oblivious to what is really going on, or what happened, or what was implemented to keep them in this ignorant state. What do you say to them? It's like,
Well,
there are so many people who would like to hear this argument, you see what I'm saying? But they would like to hear it from somebody that can give them a better breakdown, maybe than somebody from the Caribbean. Maybe me as a Jamaican saying it to them, say, yo, this Jesus thing and this Christianity started in Ethiopia, and this biblical God that we're worshiping is the Europeans that created it. So how do you abandon that when somebody may be depending on a person like you to put forward that information there?
Yes, sir. Well, the way that I reach them people is my mindset is always set in attraction mode. And so let's say when, not if, but when I pull up in Jamaica, I'm not coming with the mindset of I'm looking to wake the people up. I'm coming with the mindset of I'm providing myself to the people that's looking for me. So my main thing is, whether it's Jamaica, Africa, North America, South America, the UK, Russia, Germany, wherever black people are all around the world, some people are willfully asleep. And some of these niggas ain't gonna read a book to save their life. And I mean that literally. And I'm gonna give y'all a little story. When I was in jail, right, I helped my man beat 2 gun cases in a row. I went to the law library. I got the case law for him. Had the nigga get a case law to his attorney. He beat a gun case. He came back. I got the nigga some more case law. The nigga beat a gun case. He came back the 3rd time. I'm like, nigga, I'm not helping you, right? Now, the reason I'm giving y'all that example is because I'm not no attorney. I'm not acting like I'm an attorney. But I can move around in the courtroom. Now, or at least in New York State. I can move around in the courtroom. Now, it was a couple other niggas where I used to tell these niggas, bro, you could beat this case. You know what I mean? Just go to the law library, get these arrest keys, get these case laws, and give them to your attorney. And niggas used to be like, no, I don't feel like doing that. I'm going to just cop out to the 5, bro. Niggas literally copping out to 5 years in prison because they don't want to read. Mind you, I'm already telling you where to go, so I didn't did half the work for you. All you got to do is go down there. So my thing is, I just seen niggas literally not save their own life because they didn't want to read. So some of these niggas love the plantation. You know what I'm saying? They don't stay there because they afraid of oppression. They stay there because they afraid of independence. Some of these motherfuckers is afraid to be in control of their own life. Some people are just straight followers and sheeps, and that's just what they gonna be till they die. And so at this point, what I would say to answer your question, what I would say now is different from what I would say then, because the window is not as big as it used to be. See, back in the day, the window used to be this big to wake niggas up. Now the window is this big. We got America damn near on the verge of a civil war. We got Africa damn near on the verge of a continental war with China. And so right now it's damn near time to pop the bottle. And so in order to pop the bottle, the people that pop it is going to be the people that's been woke or that's in the process of waking up. So right now, we can't waste time talking to motherfuckers that's literally just going to be in the way. That's just what it is. Niggas just going to be in the way. And so I always say this, and I stand by this. It's only 2 ways the black race would ever wake up entirely as a whole. If we all honestly gave a fuck, and that's just not going to happen. And then for 2, if a nigga named Jaquan Hitler come and start putting some of you niggas in the oven and forcing you niggas to be woke. So if a black person come do to black people what Hitler did to the Jews, but force y'all niggas to be woke. And if you don't want to be woke, you going in the oven. And I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? But long story short, them the only 2 ways we going to all the way wake up. So right now, where I'm at with it is, it's time to get some land. You know what I'm saying? It's time to build all around the world, not just in America, but all around the world. It's time to click up with like minds, and we create better lives in small societies for ourselves. So like, we don't gotta be a part of this fucking country. We can go get 1,000 black people that all think alike, that, you know, get some builders amongst us, get some engineers amongst us, get some genealogists amongst us, and get some professionals amongst us, and we can create our own civilization and let the rest of the world do what they do. And we don't even gotta be, it's like Buddhist, we can do what Buddhist monks did, but more advanced. And I'm not saying, you know, more, you know, I'm not competing with Buddhist monks, but you see what Buddhist monks did. When them Chinese motherfuckers start getting out of pocket, they just went their ass in the mountains. They was like, okay, y'all niggas wanna, you know, be down here acting crazy? We not gonna act crazy with y'all. We just gonna go over here. Now, if you come over here, we gonna avatar airbend one of y'all to fuck up. But you know what I'm saying? We up here, y'all down there. That's what it's time for black people to do. It's time for black people to separate themselves, not just from white people, but toxic black people. And I call it spiritual segregation. And the reason I say that, and I'm gonna end on this, people always talking about segregation physically, right? But the reason you want to segregate physically is because people are immoral and they're non-virtuous. And those are spiritual issues. So here's the thing. A lot of black people feel like we want to segregate against white people because of the shit they do. Cool, okay. But what happens when all these black people segregate against white people, and then you create a society with a whole bunch of black people that do the same shit? Okay? Point in case. The Nation of Islam, they were pedophiles. So could you imagine if them niggas would have started a country, and then you would have left America to go be up under them niggas' country, and they doing the same shit that niggas in America, that they said the white man was doing, which is being pedophile. So my main thing is, before I physically segregate against some, segregate away from somebody, I want to spiritually segregate first. And so my main thing is, I want to get away from ill intent and horrible actions and toxic mind states. So whoever has those things is who I want to get away from. And whoever doesn't have those, you know, negative qualities is who I want to get near. So I feel black people need to really evaluate themselves and we need to spiritually segregate against certain bullshit. And then once we do that, it'll make sense when we physically segregate, because we'll know not only who to segregate against, but why. And so when we get away from certain black people, it's not gonna be like, oh, we just leaving y'all behind or we don't fuck with y'all. We gonna be able to tell y'all, listen, y'all niggas don't want to stop doing A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way to Z. And we're not gonna fight with y'all niggas to stop. I'm not gonna shoot it out with y'all niggas to stop. I'm not gonna yell at y'all niggas, you know, to stop verbally and psychologically abusing these kids. I'm not about to battle with y'all niggas about being decent fucking human beings. So I'm just gonna get the fuck away from you, and I'm gonna go create a society with decent human beings, and all we ask is that you don't come the fuck over here, or we're gonna have a problem. But with that being said, that's where I'm at. I don't know where nobody else is at. That's where I'm at. I'm at the point where we don't need to do no more talking. We know what needs to be done. We know how to do it. We know that if we come together with a little bit of people, we don't even need a lot. 150 people can start their own goddamn state and town. And so we don't need a lot. Imagine if we get 1,000. So my thing is, we know what needs to be done. Now I'm at the point that now I'm just at the time to do it. And I know these niggas, when they see us doing it, they gonna laugh, they gonna snicker, they gonna do all the immature shit that they do, they gonna talk shit, but the proof gonna be in the pudding. When they see niggas.
So you're saying 1,000 black people can start a movement.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's going, I'm in the front. Listen, I got a trick. I keep telling everybody I got a plan. And I just need y'all to keep watching the throne. Because when I get off parole in July, I got a trick for all you motherfuckers. And so my thing is, not only can we start our own way, we can start our own military. We can start our own Air Force. We can start our own Navy. We can start our own bank. We can do everything. It only takes $250,000 to start a bank. I can start a bank right now. So,
but how do we do that? How do we do that if we're still under the, for example, Jamaicans, right?
Yeah.
Who are still under the Queen's rule. How do we branch off and start something ourselves if we're still under the Queen's rules? Queen's rule.
You can see, I would have to actually jump into the laws of Jamaica. But it's two ways to do everything. By the book and not by the book. I don't know, you know, what nigga ever been oppressed. Not even just in Jamaica, but just anywhere, and ask for permission to be non-oppressed. So all it takes is for Jamaicans to just say, we not fucking with the Queen. Bitch, we fucking with us. It's that simple. We're not spending no money on your shit. Everything that you set up, bitch, we gonna set up and do for ours. It's just like America. We don't have to go to buy Gucci. We just do it. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to, you know, vote for motherfuckers. We can start our own political party, but we do it. So nobody has to do shit. We just do it because a lot of people have what I call crackatosis. So my thing is, if you don't have enough common sense to want to be independent anyway, not just only because of racism, but because of preservation of life. If you let me be in control of your water, how can you guarantee that I'm not going to poison this motherfucker one day? Know what I'm saying? How can you guarantee? It's like this. Me and you as friends, you wouldn't let me just be around your you know, I'm not in your bit, I'm being hypothetical. You wouldn't let me be around your women all day. I don't give a fuck how cool we is. You ain't gonna just be let me drive your girl around and just be, you're not gonna do that. Even though you know I'm not a creep, nigga, it's still the potentiality that one day I might shoot my shot at your girl. So if you wouldn't trust your close friend around your girl, why do we trust strange white people we've never met with the future of our fucking kids? That's just, I can't fathom that. And so my main thing is, like I said, if y'all niggas like to be ruled by non-black people, or if y'all niggas in Africa like to be ruled by corrupt sellout black people, have fun. I'm going this way. And all I ask is that everybody leave me the fuck alone. I'm not bothering nobody. I'm not fucking with nobody. I'm not going to war with nobody. I'm not going to let you go to war with me, but I'm not going to war. All I ask is that y'all leave me the fuck alone. I'm about to go this way. I'm about to start getting into construction. I'm about to start getting into 0-point energy based homes. I'm about to start getting into self-sufficient agriculture. And I'm about to start getting into, you know, revolutionizing and spiritualizing and, you know, and combining spirituality with technology in regards to pushing forward a new wave of living stability on this planet. And I can do that legally. And so all I ask is that y'all leave me the fuck alone. If you want to pay bills and you want to go to work and you want to deal with money and you want to be a slave, go right the fuck ahead. If you want to deal with, you know, police brutality and white people killing you for trying to drive to the store and then lying to you, motherfuckers, you know what I mean? The news don't even keep it real. Go right ahead. I'm just at the point where I'm about to go this way, and I just ask that I do not be by. I'm about to do exactly what the motherfucking monks did to the world, not just to white people, to black, to all people. If you're a toxic motherfucker, just go away from me. Yes, sir.
What do you say to like the millennials, right? That because you know you're putting out information and the people who want to keep us oppressed are putting out information as well, right?
Yes, sir.
So you know people have all kind of ancient things that they say they dug up Bibles, claim that Christianity started in Ethiopia. It is Christianity is our religion, etc., etc. What do you say to those younger youth now, the younger youth that will come up now?
I want to be very, very blunt when I say this. Don't be a retarded asshole and believe that. First of all, when I go into that, right, let's just use common sense. Whenever these people want us to accept something, what do? They put our face on it. They put cooned out celebrities in front of us like Oprah. That's really a satanic white woman in disguise, but she's black. You know, they put, whenever they want black people to accept their own demise, you have to make it look familiar. You know what I'm saying? That's just infiltration 101. So when it comes to Christianity being from Ethiopia, right? Before I break that down, I just want to use common sense. If somebody tells you that something is from where you're from, okay, because we got ancestors from Ethiopia. So even though I've never lived in Ethiopia, I wasn't born in Ethiopia, a part of me is from Ethiopia. Now, with that being said, I don't remember making an original name for Christianity. So for niggas that say something is from somewhere, then you should be able to track the original identifying source of that something. So niggas don't have the original African name for the Bible. Niggas don't have the original African name for Jesus. White people don't even have it. So I know you don't have it. And so my thing is, it wasn't no J's. It wasn't no B's. It wasn't no C's. It wasn't no vowels. It wasn't no none of this shit. I even went as deep as when I exposed the Hebrew language. The Hebrew language came out after Moses died. And I know a lot of y'all are going to say, why is that important? The first testament in the Bible was allegedly written by Moses, who was a Hebrew. And how the fuck did a Hebrew write a book in a language that didn't come out until after he died? So what the fuck is, you know what I'm saying? So people don't even think. This is just common sense. I ain't even go to his, I'm just doing common sense. So when people say, oh, it came from Ethiopia, show me the original word for, and I want to say this, because even when people say Ethiopia, right? Ethiopia is not even the original name of Ethiopia. That's just a fact. That's just a fact. Before white people went to Ethiopia, nobody in Ethiopia was calling that shit Ethiopia. Okay, let's just be honest about that. No country in Africa, not one of them motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck what country you pick. All 54 countries, none of them countries was named what they were before white people went over there. There was no English alphabet. There were no vowels. So niggas have to show me what was the name of Ethiopia 10,000 years ago. It wasn't Ethiopia. And with that being said, whatchamacallit, unless you want to jump in real quick, I'm gonna break down.
The Hebrews are claiming that the black Hebrews, they're claiming that the language came out of the Phoenician language.
They lying. The goddamn Hebrew language was created in the 1800s by Yosef ben Yehuda. And then what the Hebrews fail to tell people is, you have two different types of Hebrews. You have Orthodox Hebrews and you have unorthodox Hebrews. Orthodox Hebrews are the older Hebrews, and they're white men. And they tell you that the Hebrew language cannot be spoken. So, nigga, what Hebrew language? Orthodox Hebrews tell you that you cannot, it's not a vernacular language. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because when Yosef ben Yehuda created the Hebrew alphabet in the 1800s. I believe it was like 1888 to be exact, but it was in the late 1800s for sure. He caught beef with the Jews because the Jews said, you are fucking up our religion because you're not supposed to be able to speak this. And when you study the actual tongue of the Hebrew language, they created it specifically so that way when they gave the Jews Israel, because Israel was a state, when the Jews created Israel as a state, they would have their own language. So Hebrew is a hybrid language that's not even 200 years old. And niggas is trying to take a 200-year-old hybrid language that white people created for themselves in order to get away from Hitler and accredit it to some imaginary nigga named Jesus that never existed 2,000 years before the damn language even was made. So everybody always running their mouth. They always yapping they fucking flappers. Nobody really does research. And this is a known scholastic fact that there was no Hebrew language until recently. You can't, and then niggas want to say the Dead Sea Scrolls. I said the Dead Sea Scrolls was fake 5 years ago. An article just came out like 2 years ago saying that they was fake. So everything that these niggas build their foundation on is fake. And so when it comes to Jews and Hebrews, even though that shit not real, technically,
Right. Because
white
a lot of black people are saying they're the true Jews. They're the true Israelites.
White people are the true Jews because they made it up.
But what about the true Israelites? They're saying they are the true Israelites.
White people are the real Israelites because they made the shit up. It's made up. It's not something you can be. That's like niggas arguing white people over being the first celebrators of Christmas. Like, nigga, we the original Santa Claus. Like, no, white people, they made it up. So it's basically this. I'm gonna just keep it real with y'all. White people made this shit up and niggas copied. If you look up the first Hebrews in America, right? The founder was an African. I'm gonna just keep it real with y'all. In the 1900s, when the Hebrew movement popped off over here, the founder was an African. Now you might say, Pharaoh, why is that important? Hebrews say they're not African. The nigga who created the School of Israelite is from Nigeria. So if you're not African, how did a nigga from Nigeria come over here, create the entire Hebrew Israelite movement, and then now you're saying you're not African? So if that's the case, nigga, you're not a Hebrew either, because the founder of the Hebrew is fucking from Nigeria. It's not even a nigga from over here. So my thing is, it's just niggas just taking bits and pieces of what they could try to grab and then hybridize it to make it sound good. And it's like, dude, you can't be a Hebrew because there was no fucking such thing as Hebrew back in the day. You can't be a Hebrew also because you're saying Hebrews are not African, yet the entire Hebrew Israelite movement was founded by a nigga that's not only African, the nigga came straight from Nigeria. So Hebrews just like to yell and scream and hear they self talk and curse people out. Them niggas don't know what the fuck they be talking about. Because when all of the yelling is over and all of that, ignorance propaganda is over, and you tell them niggas, look at this book, nothing that comes out of their mouth adds up. And then even when a nigga say the 12 tribes of Israel, Israel did not become a state until the 1940s, if I'm not mistaken. So that was only like, what, 70 years ago? There is no biblical Israel. Listen here. I'm going to just be real with y'all Hebrews, okay? Before I get back on Ethiopia. If Hitler would have never tried to exterminate the Jews, there would be no Israel. The only reason there's an Israel is because the Jews needed somewhere to go that was not Germany. Let's just be real about that shit. If the Jews never needed somewhere to go, they would have never founded a state called Israel. Israel is a state, man. It's a fucking state. They founded the state of Israel, and then they created a language so that they wouldn't have to speak German. And if you study the Hebrew language, it's German and Yiddish combined. It's a hybrid language. It's literally German and Yiddish. So, niggas just be running their mouth. But when I jump on, go ahead.
Before you move, break down the etymology of God. The word God.
The word God is an acronym. That's like how ASAP means as soon as possible. God means generator, organizer, and dispenser of your own reality. So you generate, organize, and dispense your own experience on this planet. What I mean by that is, my favorite color is green. That's not your favorite color. So your experience with green is generated by your own perspective, and your perspective is generated by your own state of psychology. So God is your mind, you know, and I define God as the highest extent of the mind, which uses elements and matter to express itself. So your body doesn't just get up and walk you the fuck around the house and you be like, damn, I'm trying to sit down, but I keep walking and standing and I can't. You're controlling this vehicle. So if you're controlling this vehicle, that means you're not this vehicle. Because if you were this vehicle, you wouldn't be able to control it. Okay? And so since you can consciously tell yourself, let me wave my arms, let me blink, let me smile, that means you are a separate life force from this entity you're controlling. That's God. And so when people say you never seen God, it's because you never seen your own mind. Ain't nobody in this motherfucking live stream never seen their own thoughts. This is not a cartoon where the light bulb pop out your head and you can look. No, nobody has ever seen their own thoughts. Nobody has ever grabbed a thought. Nobody has ever, choked a thought. Nobody has never took an idea and beat up an idea. You can't grab the mind. That's God. And we are all connected through this mind. The ability to think is what connects us. Okay? And so that's as simple as I can keep it for right now. Because I want to answer that Ethiopia.
Right.
That scenario. The reason people say the Bible, the oldest Bible is in Ethiopia is because the Byzantine Roman Empire in the Romans period went to Ethiopia first. What the fuck is so hard to understand about that? The Ptolemies and all of them invaded Egypt, and then they went from Egypt down to Ethiopia. Okay? But y'all don't study Black history from a military perspective. Y'all niggas study Black history to try to get little achievements and argue with each other. Oh, nigga, the pyramids was here and the first people. Start studying Black history from a warfare perspective of not only the what wars happened, but the chronology of the wars. And if you study the order of warfare in Africa, you will see that it started in Egypt. The Arabs and the whites hit Egypt first, and then they went down from Egypt to Ethiopia. And this is why it seems like Christianity started in Ethiopia, because Ethiopia was the first nation that got colonized. And if you study the real history of Ethiopia, Ethiopians are migrating Egyptians, just like the Dogon tribe they were migrating Egyptians. The Dogons will tell you, we came from Egypt. We learned this masterful volume of astrology in Egypt, and they left Egypt due to war. A lot of Ethiopians were an extended empire of Egypt. Okay? And so when we lost Egypt, it was like losing Egypt would be like the equivalence of the United States losing the White House. When you lose Egypt, we lost the White House. So that's like a motherfucker, that's like the Chinese come over here, blow up the White House, and then they colonize New York. And then niggas be like, oh, Mandarin originated in New York. No, nigga, we just was the first state that got colonized after they fucked up the White House. So that's how Ethiopia got Christianity. After Egypt fell and whites and Arabs traveled their ass down to Ethiopia with a fuck ass, religion-based conquest, that is how we got Christianity. Straight up. And so
this is what they, can you see this?
Yes, sir.
This is what they're propagating now. As the world's first illustrated Christian Bible discovered at Ethiopia monastery.
First of all, they got older shit than that in the Vatican. So niggas kill me when they pull that bullshit up like that's doing something. Don't nobody give a fuck about that weak ass book. They got older books. I want to see what's in the basement of that Vatican. You know what I'm saying? Niggas keep pulling up this weak ass Bible. White people brought that Bible, man, and dropped that bitch off. Okay? Stop niggas kill me pulling that whack ass book up. And I want to just be real. I just want to be real. That's not a Bible though. So I hate when niggas pull that book up. That's not a Bible. That book don't talk about Jesus. That book don't talk about what the Bible talks about. So niggas don't know what a Bible is. Is the combination of stories written by Moses, and it's the combination of stories written by, you know, the disciples of Jesus who recorded his life. That's what a Bible is. That book does not record that shit. So niggas is showing this whack ass old outdated Grammar Thickens book. The content of the book don't even match. Listen, the content of that book don't even match the religion they advocated. So if niggas is saying Christianity started in Ethiopia, nowhere in that book does it talk about Christianity. Go get that book. Any nigga in Ethiopia, give me that book so I can. And I got what it says. But if y'all don't believe me, go get the original book and show me where in that book that shit talk about Jesus coming out the goddamn ground after 3 days. Show me where it say that. Show me in that book it says a virgin gave birth to a man. Show me where it says that at. It doesn't. Nothing in the Bible, in the content, no content in the King James Bible matches content in that. So it's like, where the fuck did y'all even get that book from? And why y'all keep waving that shit around like that's something nobody give a fuck. Take that book, throw that bitch off a cliff, and live a good life. Please do yourself that favor.
What do you have to say about the Rastafarian community that says Selassie came from King Solomon lineage? Because majority of the Rastafarians believe this. That is Selassie.
You know what?
Selassie.
You know what? Me and Seti was gonna do a Rastafarianism exposed. I swear to God, and we didn't get a chance to do it. We didn't get a chance to do it. But I'm about to call Seti today, and I'm about to tell Seti we need to do that one because that's the one. That's the one that got to be done. I think that's the only one we missed actually because we've hit everything. And I want to say this to all the Rastafarians out there: cut it out, please. I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? I got dreads too. God damn it. I love y'all. Cut that shit out. Ain't nobody come from no motherfucking Jesus, no King Solomon. King Solomon is a made-up character that Freemasons use to denote and give themselves an excuse for summoning demons. So if you're going to subscribe Haile Selassie,
what that means? What that means? What that means?
Well, they say that Solomon was a wizard. He was like a demon. A demon summoner. And this nigga used to summon demons. And Masonic temples are built in replication of Solomon's temple. So this is why Freemasons actually subscribe to King Solomon. And in the Masonic rings, some of them are created, you know, underneath the brandishment of Solomon's ring. So King Solomon, according to Freemasons who worship Lucifer, was a devil summoner. That's a fact. That's not a secret. So the reason I'm bringing that up is because here we go again. We got niggas who don't know history and they just grabbing shit from everywhere. And now you done took a nigga named Haile Selassie and subscribed this nigga to a fictional figure who's accredited to summoning demons. And then you want to present this shit to the public like it's a righteous teaching. So let's just say Rastafarianism is true. Let's just say it is true. Why the fuck would I want to join that? King Solomon is a demon. If I'm a become a Rastafarian and subscribe to King Solomon, I might as well right now go sell my fucking soul and suck a dick for a record deal and go do all of this weird shit everybody else do behind the scenes because they do that shit because they're subscribed to King Solomon. So my main thing is niggas are just trying to, it's like whenever you smash religion and their brains are forced to accept the truth, they try to take the pieces and create a new picture. So now it's like, oh, you know, let's take the Bible and let's worship King Solomon. That don't work. Let's take the Bible.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Do you think that worshiping the deities and subscribing to these characters in the Bible that have some form of demonic energy. Do you think that
Yes.
is transferred throughout the diaspora? Do you think like Jamaica, we have such a high crime rate, right? Like the murder per capita in Jamaica is so high, right? We're like rated way up there. Like I think maybe we're #1, I think.
Right. And
But we
I
have
want to say this.
we also have the
Somebody,
most churches. We also have the most churches per capita, right?
right.
So do you think there's a connection with subscribing to this energy, this evil demonic energy that they that the European gave to us?
Yes, yes, and not you, because you know we be on point. But I want to just talk to the people that's slaves. I wish y'all would listen because I've been saying the same thing for 5 years, time after time again. The entities in the Bible are actual demons. They're not just names. They're demons. And you're inviting these motherfuckers into your life. And then you wonder why your life is fucked up. And then you wonder why when you try to drop your religion, you feel so under attack. You know how many people realize Christianity is fake and then it's like the first 2 weeks of leaving that shit alone, they be talking about they can't sleep, they stressed out, they feel bad, they feel like they going to hell. That's because you literally getting attacked by a demon. So let me break this shit down for y'all niggas in the back. The English language, aka the English language, comes from the Anglo-Saxons. Now I know a lot of y'all think that the Anglo-Saxons are one people, but they're not. The Anglos were one people and the Saxons were another people. The Anglos were Germans that conquered Europe, and Europe was the Saxons. And so when the Anglos conquered the Saxons, they became the Anglo-Saxons, and then they created Anglian, and then Anglian became England. Now, why is this important? They combined languages and created English. Now, English is just a form of runic. Runic is the Germanic occultic language that they use to not only summon demons, but they energetically bind your name to text. And so if you study runic magic, they say whoever name you write using these specific symbols, you bind their soul to the title. And so this is where America gets, you know, documentation from, how they write your name on something and then that binds you. So all of this straw man shit, sovereignty shit, that shit comes from the United States of America using Germanic magic on us citizens. And they're creating titles for us that we become enslaved to. Now, why is this important? If you look at Jesus' name in the Bible, his name is always capitalized. Why? Because his name is a corporation. It's a title. It's a form of magic. Spelling is casting spells. Cursive is cursing you. All of these entities in the Bible, have alternate names in demonology books. So this is why I tell people Lucifer and Jesus is the same person, because they are. So whether you a Satanist or whether you a Christian, you're fucking with the same entity. And so the reason our people are so spiritually fucked up is because we are literally worshiping and praying to demons. And then it's like, if you don't believe that, let me just give you a simple example, right? If I was to summon a demon, the first thing I would have to do is give that demon permission to possess me. Okay? That's just demon summoning one-on-one. Nigga, you done watch enough scary movies to know. Nigga, you watch Chucky, nigga, where he Shambhala, give me the power, I beg of you, all that shit. Now, what do y'all niggas do? Any religious person, what do? Oh, the spirit of Jesus, take over me, Jesus, and the blood of Jesus, and you giving this motherfucker all this permission to invade your literal soul. You don't even know this motherfucker. You ain't never seen Jesus. If they created some biothermal glasses that would allow us to see the heat signature of spirits, you would be surprised what Jesus looked like. Jesus probably got big ass horns and some dragon wings and some blood on it. You don't know what Jesus looked like. So y'all niggas is sitting here summoning demons every day. You asking demons to guide your fucking life. You asking demons to watch over your kid. How many of y'all niggas, please, Jesus, watch over my kid? So you summoning a demon to basically commute your community every day. That's what you're doing. And then you wonder why your life is fucked up. And anybody that think I'm lying, go talk to somebody who used to be religious, not somebody that's never been religious. Because even though we know what it's like, we're debatable. Go get somebody that used to be religious, and they're gonna tell you, just on average, they feel better. They can think more clear. You know what I'm saying? They're not having crazy ass nightmares and crazy ass dreams. And so my thing is, y'all niggas don't realize that King James was a Satanist. He was a Freemason. And before he
Wow.
wrote the Bible, he literally wrote a book called Demonology, How to Summon Demons. He wrote that shit before he wrote the Bible. And so
Good thing you say. See right here, bro.
thank you very much. So thank you very much for pulling the damn book out. And
This is
so
King James straight.
yes, and so my thing is,
Demonology of King James.
thank you very much. And so
Bam.
when Queen Elizabeth told King James to write that Bible, she did it knowing that and she did, and they don't tell you this in public, but I'm gonna tell you. She told that nigga to put some spells in there. So when they came amongst African people and they forced Jesus on us, they will be spiritually forcing demons on us. And this is why it's so hard for us to let go of religion, because we are literally possessed. And if you don't think that religion causes you to be spiritually possessed, look at what we do to our, not me, but look at what we do to our children off religion. Do you? And this is an unspoken thing that happens in the Black community at a high value that nobody talks about. But I'm gonna blow the shit up right now. How many grandparents and parents have kicked their kids out the house simply for not believing in Jesus? We ain't saying you ain't do shit wrong, you ain't failing in school, you ain't, and I'm not saying those is valid reasons, but I'm just saying you ain't did shit. Your mother will kick you the fuck out for not believing. Huh? That's evil. That's evil. Your parents talk shit on you, won't talk shit about you, won't buy you nothing, won't help you get through school. They'll stop paying your helping you pay your student loans, won't buy you new clothes. They told you they was gonna help you get the car fixed. Now they're not gonna help you get your car fixed because you don't want to go to church. So if you look at the fact that we are fucking up the future of our youth and our community based off of the belief in a character, that should be a warning sign. Like, even if you love Jesus, do you love Jesus more than you love something you gave birth to? How do you love something you never seen more than you love something that you carried for 9 months and gave birth to the point where you can kick a child out your house and have them defenseless in this world, fuck their whole future up, and you now you making them pray for all of these predators in this goddamn country because they won't subscribe to something that you never even seen your goddamn self. And then you, oh, go ahead, Vegas.
No, go ahead, bro, go ahead.
Oh, I might say, and then 90% of people that say they believe in Jesus honestly don't believe in Jesus. Because if I tell a motherfucker, close your eyes and I'm finna smack the shit out you, and we gonna see if Jesus catch my hand, y'all not gonna let me do that experiment. Let's go get 100 hard-hitting Christians, the most faithful Christians, and tell them, stand right here, and I'm finna smack the shit out your ass, and we're gonna see if Jesus catch my motherfucking hand. Y'all not gonna do it. You know why? Because even subconsciously, you know that nigga not real.
It's like Christian wearing a mask not to catch the virus.
Exactly. You got the mask on. Talk about open the church back up. If the church so powerful, why you got the mask? Ain't you protected? So y'all know that nigga ain't real. Y'all niggas just like being possessed. You in love with the possession. Y'all niggas have it.
But the energy pharaoh is real, and that's what I think is dangerous. The energy.
And all I'm saying is keep that energy over there, because it's not I can't force Satanism out.
But that energy is on every corner, and that is the reason why I personally believe all that blood that Christians call on Sundays after Sundays. They be like, yo, the blood of Jesus, the blood of Jesus. Every church on every corner in Jamaica is calling the blood of Jesus on the land. And I personally think it has something to do with all the murder, all the killing, all the blood that is shedding. I personally believe that.
Yes, yeah, because and here's the thing: why do Jesus need blood? What the fuck he need blood? What the fuck do
No,
Jesus need blood?
they're saying, Jesus, cover us under your
Yeah,
blood.
yeah,
Cover
yeah,
us
yeah.
under
No,
your blood.
I know that, but I'm just trying to get people to think. What kind of I don't need blood. I don't need blood. You don't see me go live and say, listen, y'all, drink my blood and eat my flesh. I'm gonna be like, what the fuck is this nigga on? So if Jesus is an angelic deity, what the fuck he doing covering people with blood? What the fuck is all that's about? You know what I'm saying? What's all of this cover me in the blood? Because if y'all don't think that that's weird, then let me start covering you in blood. You know what I mean? It sounds. I mean, let's just start really practicing what we preach here. If you really want a motherfucker to watch over you, and you really got faith in the blood of Jesus, nigga, when your grandma died, slit her motherfucking throat and sprinkle her blood on you at the funeral, then nigga. You know what I'm saying? If somebody loves you, and you feel that blood is a protection agent, I mean, is an agent for protection. When your loved ones die in the funeral, go, hold on, wait a minute, don't close the casket yet. Slit your motherfucking grandma throat and sprinkle some blood on you at the funeral. Because if that sounds crazy, why you asking a nigga to cover you in blood? Why are you eating the flesh? That's a cannibal ritual. In any other time, if somebody eat the body of a dead person, not only is that necrophilia, I mean that's necrophilic cannibalism, and then it's Satanism. That's what it is. Any other time, if we take exactly what Christians do, and we take the Christianity out of it, we're looking at a horror movie. No other time. I don't want to hear that shit. Matter of fact, I got the perfect movie. I think it's called The Platform. This shit is on Netflix, right? This shit is on Netflix. Now, if y'all never seen this movie, I'm going to just give you a quick description. It's like 200 levels in this prison, right? And the prison is like a big-ass elevator. And they doing a psychological experiment with the prisoners where before you go in there, they ask you what's your favorite food. And they put everybody's favorite food on this table. And here's the thing. If you just only ate what your favorite food was, there would be enough food for all 250 columns. But people are so greedy, they just eating mad shit on the table. And by the time the column get to like 50, level 50, it's no more food. So if you're in prison on a level below level 50, there's no food. So motherfuckers down there is eating each other like cannibals. So here's the thing. Are those people good Christians or are they cannibals? Because they eating flesh and drinking blood out of necessity. So if you watch that movie and you looked at them people as cannibals, then you should go to your church and look at them motherfuckers as cannibals. I don't want to hear that. All that, you don't get to pick and choose when some shit is satanic or not. The world don't work like that. If you're eating blood and drinking flesh, nigga, you are participating in ritualistic cannibalism. Ritualistic cannibalism is a practice of Satanism. Straight up. There is no ifs, ands. I don't give a fuck if you put Jesus' name. You put Jesus' name on it, Anton LaVey put Satan name on it. Same thing. So I don't want to hear that. And so my thing is, you know, our people are very sick spiritually and mentally, and they refuse to get well because they've fallen in love with the sickness. You know what I'm saying? They've fallen in love with being sick, and it just is what it is. And I'm at the point.
Is Lucifer, one last thing, you know, because he might have a lot of things to do. But one last thing.
I'm good.
Two last things. Yeah. What about the word Lucifer? Because when I check the etymology of the word Lucifer, I'm coming up with something different from what they teach us. What about the word Lucifer? Is Lucifer different from Satan?
Well, Lucifer is different from Satan on frequency terms. Lucifer is the spiritual incarnation of the devil, and Satan is the physical incarnation of the devil. So people don't really know the difference between Satanism and Luciferianism. Lucifer is the frequency of Satan. You know what I'm saying? This is why that Lucifer means light, and phosphorus means light. So when you summon Lucifer, you're summoning the devil in his spiritual frequency form. When you summon Satan, you're summoning that same frequency in his physical form, if that makes sense. This is why whenever you see Satanists, they always show the devil as some beast with horns and a pitchfork. But when you see Luciferians, they always talk about the devil is an angel of light. They don't show the devil looking crazy. So y'all got to understand, this shit is magic. And the reason you don't know it's magic is because you don't study shit. It's that simple. And so there is no difference between Lucifer and Satan except for the form that you're summoning them in. It's like Lucifer is like gas, or excuse me, Lucifer is like water, and Satan is like ice, is ice when water turns solid. So y'all have to actually study, you know, the meanings behind these words, and you have to study the meanings behind these groups that use these terms. They use these terms on purpose. You know what I'm saying? You might be in a Masonic lodge and you want the devil to actually appear. Then you got to call Satan. You might be somewhere where the devil can't actually appear physically, but you want his presence there. Then you got to call upon Lucifer or Jesus. And so when you call people, or when you call the names of an entity, you don't just call them, you know, however, the frequency determines the form that they come as well. Everything has 3 different forms: gas, liquid, solid.
Right.
The devil got different forms as well. So, or demons, spiritual
So
entities.
the word Lucifer has nothing to do with the etymology or the link. Lucifer, the name, the word Lucifer has nothing to do with Venus.
Yes, it does. Yes, yes. But
So Venus is supposed to be like the planet of love, right?
well, the reason that Lucifer is ascribed to the planet Venus is because the planet Venus has phosphorus in its atmosphere. And when you look up the etymological roots of phosphorus, it means light bearer. And Lucifer means light bearer. And the reason that it's synonymous is because every 8 years, if you follow the orbital, you know, location of the planet Venus, it creates a 5-point star. And so the 5-point star is feminine energy. But when you invert it, it becomes the symbol that they use for Lucifer. Because a 5-point star is not evil. But when you turn it upside down, it's reversed. Yeah. If you look at the 5-point star that devil worshippers use, it's always facing down. Just like the cross is facing down, just like the rainbow is facing down, upside down. So people got to realize that the reason that Lucifer is ascribed to Venus is not only because Venus creates a certain frequency. It's called the music of the spheres. Venus creates a love frequency. But when you reverse the frequency of love, you get hate. So that's why the word devil is the word lived backwards. Because in order to worship evil, you have to live in reverse of love. So this is why Lucifer is ascribed to Venus, and this is why they put the goat head on the 5-point star, because it's symbolic to the rape in the destruction of love energy. And so,
so couldn't you look at it like duality though? Like it's just the balance with Lucifer with Venus. Couldn't you look at it like because you know that you have to have that balance of masculine and feminine energy. So if Venus is the feminine energy, then Lucifer, when Lucifer flips the star around, it becomes a masculine energy. Can it be looked at that way?
Nah, Lucifer is like a spiritual parasite. You know what I'm saying? It's like eating. It's like saying, can apples and candy apples be balanced? Like, hell no. Like, masculine and feminine is masculine and feminine. Lucifer is Lucifer. So so it's basically like a spiritual parasite energy that is, you know, diminishing love. And they subscribed it to that. So that way when you come back to the 5-point star, because the 5-point star is the 5 points of feminine energy: birth, menstruation, aka you get your period; motherhood, you have children; menopause, you can't have no more children; death. I don't give a fuck if you an ant. I don't give a fuck if you a whale, a human. If you are a female, anything, that is your life cycle. You're born, you develop the ability to give birth, whether it's to seeds or organisms or whatever. Then you mother those you know, those things in which you birth. One day you can no longer give birth, and then you die. That is the cycle of all things that are feminine. And so
all right. Now that you're talking about the feminine energy, then break down quickly for me parthenogenesis.
Parthenogenesis actually, you know, is where the word virgin comes from. You know, for those of you who don't know, Parthenos, And parthenogenesis is the ability at one point in time before our DNA was, you know, locked away. Because if you don't know, our DNA was locked away. It was made inactive, you know. But I suggest y'all do the history on genetics. You know, genetics is a whole nother column of history in itself. But before our DNA was made inactive, Black women were able to sexually reproduce without the presence of a man. And I have to break this down before I go into that. I got to break this down. Black men, right, including myself, we are Y chromosomes. A Y chromosome is an X chromosome minus 2.8% of its own genetic mass. So a Black man essentially is a Black woman minus 2.8% of her own self. This is why when you're born, your penis has skin, the foreskin on a man's penis that you get circumcised is the skin that would have been on his vaginal wall had he stayed on a genetic route to becoming a woman. Because whenever a woman becomes pregnant for the first 4 to 6 weeks, whether she's having a boy or not, it's always a girl. It doesn't become a boy until that Y chromosome kicks in. So we know that women were on the planet not only before men, but they were here by themselves. And even today, if you study sexual reproduction, you know white people lie like they always do in these science books. And they tell us that.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. Because I know I got some Christians here, some Adam and Eve Christians. So I want them to really understand what you're saying about the Y chromosome and the X chromosome. How the Y chromosome is less than the X chromosome. So that simply means that we throw that a while ago. Christians who are here, we just throw Adam through the window.
Yes,
Adam just get through the window. So
right.
Christian people were there. We love to talk about Adam and Eve. Adam make Eve out time ribs. Yet the man just threw Adam down a jungle. Right now from here.
That's right. And
so continue, brother.
That's right. Well, the Y chromosome, according to scientific terminology, is called a submetacentric chromosome. The woman's chromosome is called metacentric. Sub means substitute. So the Y chromosome is a substitute of the X chromosome. And as I was stating, this is why men have foreskin on their penis, because the foreskin is your vaginal wall had you been on the route to become a female. And then your testicles, which science confirms, is nothing more than ovaries that protrude outside of the womb. So a man's penis and testicles is literally a woman's vagina or vaginal, you know, womb or tunnel, and her ovaries put inside out. So a man is literally a woman put inside out. You get your skin from your mother. So technically our skin, everything about us is feminine. The only thing that's masculine is the chemical differentiation. So men are different chemical versions of women. This is why we got to understand oneness. And then one in Chinese, and if you translate the word one in English to Chinese, you're gonna get the word Naga, because our ancestors called themselves Nagas, which meant divine deities. And so that's another bill for another time. But with that being said, staying on genetics, right? Science wants to tell us that you get your genes from your father. Specifically, religion says that you are the seed of your father. That's a complete lie. Men have on maximum 5,000 mitochondrial Eve genes. Women have at minimum 200,000, which means if you were to give all of your genes as a man to your child, they would still get 195,000 genes from their mother. So you are not a descendant of your father. You're a descendant of your mother. And this is why Africa was matrilineal. And this is why our ancestors passed down lineage of royalty from the mother, not the dad. But with that being said, continuing on, the reason I'm bringing this up is because if anybody knows anything about third grade science, you know that when the head of your sperm goes into the woman's egg, the tail breaks off. And the reason that that's important to remember is because a man's mitochondrial Eve gene is in the tail portion of his sperm. That doesn't even make it into the egg. And if you go look this up, there's a process called the zinc process, where when a man's sperms enters a woman's egg, it releases an electrical shock. And what this shock does is it works the same way. I can't think of the name of that equipment, but you got the paramedics, shock your chest and resuscitate you. It basically resuscitates the egg. And what it does is it wakes the woman's egg up. And the woman's egg says, oh shit, I have to create an organism. And the egg does what it was already able to do if it was able to conduct electricity on its own self. And so a man's sperm simply just reminds a woman's egg to do what it was once able to do. So women already have all of the children that they could possibly have in their womb. They already have all of the genes needed to create the child. The only thing women don't have is the electrical stimulation to do that on their own anymore. So that is what we are here for. And so with that being said, whatchamacallit, once that zinc atom process, you know, takes part, the woman begins to create a child and give birth. But the way that we prove parthenogenesis in the past is because women have these glands underneath the first layer of their vagina called Bartholin glands. And within these Bartholin glands are small holes called Bartholin ducts. And when women used to create, you know, their own electrical intervals and discharges, they used to come out of the Bartholin glands and they used to secrete their own semen into their own womb and create their own children. And they've done experiments recently where they've proven that women still create semen or sperm in their bone marrow. So, you know, we don't really know our bodies because mainstream science and shit doesn't teach us this. But with that being said, parthenogenesis is real. And I want to add this in, even though you didn't ask. I feel like I got to say this because I know a nigga gonna come out of nowhere and say some dumbass shit about a hermaphrodite. So I just have to say this. No, the original people was not hermaphrodites. Please don't come over here with that bullshit. Okay, the original person was a black woman. A hermaphrodite is a defective, is somebody that has a genetic defect. Okay, that's like saying the original nigga on the planet had two heads. No, if you're born with another head attached to your head, that's a genetic defect. So let's not, you know, I just want to say that. And the reason that I say, you know, the hermaphrodite theory is horrible, they really only created that shit to justify transsexuality, and they created that shit so that black women always have competition when it comes back to us really understanding who they are for real. But hermaphrodites, some of them can't give birth, and not both of their genitals work all the time. Like, and then another thing about hermaphrodites is the sex is not unisex. Like, it's a nigga, but he got a vagina. But that don't mean the vagina get moist. That don't mean he can give birth. You know what I'm saying? Then you got some women that's born with penises, and that don't mean the penis get hard. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to say that. Like, there's no way the original
but they, you know, there are children that there are women that were born, or people that were born as hermaphrodite, and you know, they cut the penis off and cut the wrong thing off though.
Right. Well, I mean, that's a difficult situation. And you know, my heart goes out to people that have that issue. But the only thing I'm highlighting is not to, you know, make people feel bad if they're going through that issue. You know, it ain't your fault. You know, I still love you as a human.
Right.
But I just want to let you know you ain't the original human. And don't nobody need to be taking no motherfucking genetic defect and trying to take that shit and apply that to the first person on planet Earth. The first person on planet Earth was a healthy, beautiful, very black, dark chocolate, divine black woman. Not no woman with a penis. None. It was a black woman who was able to self-sustain herself and reproduce. And then, you know, we want to talk about, you know, men and all of that. We got to get into extraterrestrials and all that type of shit. And so I just want to let y'all know, you know, don't go for the hermaphrodite okie doke.
All right, just in closing, yeah. In closing, many West Indian women, whenever they go into the church, right, they stop having sex. Tell me how dangerous that is for somebody who was already sexual active to shut down the organs them, shut down the glands them from working. How dangerous that is when people claim that they find Jesus and stop having sex.
Well, I'm gonna tell you why not having sex is, you know, it's not beneficial spiritually, and I'm gonna tell you, you know, chemically, okay? Because people gotta understand both. Sex is the only act that brings you the closest to God, which is the universe. This is why it feels so good, and this is why there's nothing you can do. Crack, I don't give a fuck what drug you take, DMT. There is nothing in this world that raises the human frequency as at the level of climax, of ejaculation or orgasm. Sex is what you call the union of of man and woman to recreate the creator. This is why children are born through sex. So sex actually brings you the closest to the universe that you can get while in human form. And this is why it's important that we start having sex, not just to bust a nut, but to manifest. You know what I'm saying? Get into tantric yoga, shit like that. But I mean, without turning this into a tantric sex bill, the reason I want to bring this up is spiritually, your vibration is raised during sex. Okay? This is why people have sex. Don't lie. Y'all know you have sex, you feel good. You know what I'm saying? You go at, and I'm not saying rape or no shit like that. I'm talking about consensual sex with somebody you like. When you have sex with a motherfucker, you feel, half y'all niggas, you go to that girl house you had a crush on, you have sex, nigga, you leave, nigga, you banging your music, and you feel good. That's because you're supposed to. This, and I'm gonna bring this up. This is why the Bible says what? The oldest profession is what? Prostitution. But that's not true, because it wasn't no money back in the day. But what they're trying to do is they're trying to demonize tantric yoga, because our ancestors understood how to raise their vibrations through sexual intercourse. And so, of course, they were more disciplined than us, and their minds weren't as perverted as us. But I have to bring that up. There's nothing wrong with sex. Stop letting people demonize. This is why you don't hear me, talking shit about women. And we need sex. We need it. We need beautiful women to stimulate us. A man needs to see a woman walk by looking finer than a mother effer. It does something. It charges us up. If you don't, I'm gonna drop some more bombs in a second, but I gotta give an example. Nigga, if it's 10 niggas playing basketball and it ain't no females around, niggas ain't going hard. Let some females walk up in that gym. Let a badass group of females walk up in that gym. Niggas gonna be trying to cross, take you to the
You're
hole.
right, because whenever Beyonce and Rihanna is sitting at courtside, them basketball players they be going hard, bro.
Yes, and it's a science to that. Why do y'all think sports have cheerleaders? Do you think niggas is paying attention to them cheerleaders? Ain't nobody on the field really looking at them cheerleaders. Ain't nobody, the crowd not even looking at the cheerleaders. The cheerleaders is there because it's the frequency of women that promotes the action of a man. If a nigga break in your house and try to rob you for $20, you gonna fight him off. If a nigga break in your house and try to rape your woman, do you know how hard you gonna go? So if women understood how much they actually motivate niggas every day, and niggas understood that, and then we really operated with each other the way we supposed to, we'd be the shit. So before I drop this bomb, I want to say this. If you a black woman or a woman, period, be on your nigga nuts, because that's motivation. Act like your nigga, and I'm not saying if your nigga ain't shit, he ain't shit. But use your feminine energy to motivate your nigga. Speak life into your nigga. Rub on your nigga. Touch on your nigga. Big him up. You know what I'm saying? Get fine as a motherfucker and let that nigga know that that's all him. And watch what kind of nigga you have. And the reason I bring that up is because women have been trained to be like, for example, you got women that cook for their man, and then their friends will be like, you cooking for this nigga? Like it's a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? So women have been trained to think that actually being feminine is bad. And you got all these women out here that be trying to run the house and cuss niggas. And I'm not saying women can't run the house. Women do run the house. But they running it wrong. You got women that's trying to be too masculine. They trying to bark on niggas. They cussing niggas out. And then you wonder why your relationship fucked up, because niggas is not gay. Niggas is not in relationship with niggas. And then even when you look at gay men, it's not two masculine niggas. It's one masculine nigga and then a nigga that acts like a female. So even gay niggas know that somebody got to be the feminine energy, because two tough ass masculine niggas don't work. And so you got two men that can understand one of them has to be feminine for this to work. But then you got a man and a woman don't understand that she got to be feminine for this to work. And so I want to just say that, y'all. How can a gay nigga play the role of a housewife better than an actual damn female? Y'all lacking. Y'all got to get on y'all shit. But let me get back to the biochemical effects of sex. It is proven facts that your body releases dopamine during sex. You release antidepressants during sex. You release all kind of shit during sex that actually heals you. sex is like therapeutic. Why you think niggas have makeup sex? It releases antidepressants. You fight with your girl, you have sex, your body does what it does, shit is good again. Until, you know, maybe y'all niggas fight again or something. Who knows? I'm not in your, I'm just being hypothetical. The point is, there is no action on the planet. I don't give a fuck. Nigga, you could go think of all your favorite things, and I guarantee you don't none of them shits feel better than ejaculation. It don't. I don't care what you niggas say. Why y'all niggas think shit like porn is so profitable? Because there's nothing better than ejaculation. If basketball made you feel better than ejaculation, then the NBA would blow Pornhub out of the water. But nothing will ever blow Pornhub out of the water. You know why? Because people don't realize that they're not addicted to, you know, coming. They addicted to trying to get closer to the creator. So it's nothing wrong with that. But you just got to realize that's what you're trying to do. You're not trying to... Go ahead.
Sorry. Finish what you were saying. Sorry.
Yeah. You're not trying to just bust a nut. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to get closer
to the point, right?
Yes.
What you have to say to the people that, especially to the men who want to have more than one woman, seeing? And the woman saying to the man, if you want to have more than one woman, she want to have more than one man too.
Okay, I love when women say that. And I just had to fillet me on somebody for saying that to me the other day. Let me say this to women, right? And I want to say this because I'm gonna do my thing. So, I mean, if you're feeling lucky, shoot your shot. I ain't gonna guarantee every application gonna make it, but shoot your shot. I mean, y'all know how I do. I don't do weave, I don't do religion, I don't do none of that. But shoot your shot. But with that being said, my reasons for going poly is totally different versus a toxic person. And so I'm gonna give my reasons in a minute. But I want to answer that, what you just said, okay? Most women have been programmed by society to compete and hold black men down. Now, I know black women don't want to hear this for a minute, but I've been bigging y'all up the whole time. So let me drop some real shit on behalf of the kings real quick, okay? Black women have been programmed to emasculate black men. And every time we get a bright, ancient idea, most black women want to challenge that. And here's the thing. You don't never in your life hear black women say they want more than one man until a man say he want more than two females. And here's the thing, right? At the same black women that say they want more than one man, I always ask them, so you gonna take two niggas to your cookout and tell your uncles and your brothers and your mama, these is both your niggas. So do you normally like to fuck two niggas at the same time? Most of them say no. And I ask them, do you normally fuck two niggas at the same time? No. Do you normally fuck with two niggas at the same time? No. We talking about psychology. Women do not psychologically subscribe to two niggas at the same time. Women don't, it's not, I'm not saying they don't. Women don't normally fall in love with two men the way they do with one. Men, we can like multiple. We're not like a nigga can have sex with you and that shit wasn't about nothing. It was just, women are emotional and there's nothing wrong with that. It's because women are spiritual. There is nobody on this planet more spiritual than a woman. And most of the times when you bring up polygamy and women say, well, can I have two husbands? I just flip it on them. And I say, yeah. So do you normally fuck two niggas at one time? And they say no. And I say, why not? And then they say, because that's whole shit. Okay then. So what made you suggest being what you consider a hoe? Because I said I want to live like my ancestors. And so women got to stop that. And I'm not saying all the time, but 95% of the time, women say that because they want to compete with your rise back into masculinity. And so if you are a woman who genuinely wants more than one man, go ahead. You have my full support. But be honest with yourself. Most of y'all, 95% of y'all was not thinking about having no multiple niggas until you heard a nigga say it and you want to compete with a black man. Let's just be honest about that. Most of y'all right now is not going to let me run a train on y'all. You're not. So cut it out. So all y'all that be talking about.
So what you say to the woman who leave her man Because him have another woman.
You said who leave a man because he want another woman?
No, what you say to the woman if she leaves her man because he has another woman?
Depending on the mindset of that man, she might have did you a favor. And the reason I say that is because women have been colonized by Caucasians, and they think that everything that's Afrocentric is demonic. And the reason I'm saying that is because it's 11 women for every one man on the planet. So if women could have it the way that white people say they should have it, that's 10 women that'll never know love. They'll die virgins. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like this. Women have become so competitive and insecure with themselves that knowing that it's 11 of them for every one of us, they don't give a fuck if the other 10 women don't get love, don't got somebody to hold them at night, don't got somebody to help raise them kids. They don't give a fuck if them other 10 women don't have a family structure as long as they got one. So really, women just selfish as a motherfucker, and they insecure, and they masking their selfishness and their insecurity with, you know, oh, that's not what the Bible says. I was raised one man, one woman. Okay, well, if every man on the planet Earth only had one woman, 10 women would die virgins. Every motherfucker, they would never know love. Nobody would never hug them. If niggas was really faithful, the way that white people say we should be, according to monogamy, then 90% of black women would not have relationships. And the reason I'm bringing these numbers up is because I want to end here. Women were here before men. So when men got created, it was already way more, y'all. So I don't want to hear it. It's a fact that there are more black women than black men. So if every one black woman only had one black man, 10 of y'all motherfuckers will be very lonely. Some of y'all very lonely right now. Some of y'all got them.
So where you think that feelings of jealousy and that feelings that she feel hurt and all that feeling? What about her feelings?
It was taught to us during slavery. See, what people don't realize is during slavery, they wasn't just enslaving normal motherfuckers. They was enslaving kings and niggas that had 4 or 5 wives. So let's say you enslave me and I got 4 or 5 wives. That means I'm producing more children every year than the plantation can take care of. So it's just like jail. Jail can only feed a certain population. If the jail get overpopulated, you got to ship niggas off. So if during slavery, they only producing a certain amount of food every year, and then you got niggas on the plantation that got 4 or 5 wives, and it's 10 different of these niggas, they're producing more children than you can feed. And so what the European did was he introduced that he made it. Go look it up. Polygamy became illegal in this country during slavery. Go look it up. It was not illegal before slavery. They made polygamy illegal over here, and then they put it in the Bible that you can't get married without the permission of the pastor. And the pastor was the white man. So the Bible was used as a form of birth control. This is why they say, oh, you can't have sex till you marry. That way they was able to control the population on the plantation. And then women have not let go of that Willie Lynch mentality. So today when you say, damn, okay, I want another queen or whoppy wop, they revert right back into that 1609 mentality and try to battle you. And so I'm a just say, you know, my personal reasons is for generational wealth, spirituality, plus what I do for what I'm dedicating my life to. I can't trust a lot of people. So I would rather, you know, turn my family into the circle that I trust and you know, make my women and my descendants the recipients of everything that I gave in this lifetime. And I want my family to be my business. I don't want to be with 30, 40 niggas and have an entourage. I would rather have 2 women that I respect, that respect my mentality, I respect theirs, and we get money together and we fuck with each other, and that's the team. So I would rather you know, turn my household into my team. And then another thing I feel like with women is you can only go so far with a man. You can't like Vegas. If me and you cool off the camera, nigga, I ain't never called you stressing. You ain't never called me stressing. That's just not what we do. That shit you tell your girl that shit like, damn, babe, I'm trying to, you know what I mean? But I'm not gonna call you like, damn, Vegas, we don't do that. So I'm like, why would I dedicate my life's accomplishments to somebody who I can't even have a full relationship with? Because men, we don't do that. Like, nigga, I'ma ride for you, I'ma die for you. Nigga, we can fuck something up. But don't call me, you know, on no Tinder dick shit. We don't do that. That shit we do with our woman. So my thing is, why would I create my legacy based around niggas that I can't even have a real life fulfilling relationship with? I can't have a baby with my nigga. So I'm just like, I would rather have, I don't want a lot of women. Like I said, I don't know what these niggas, I'm not speaking on, I'm talking about me. I'd rather have 2 people in my life that I trust with my life, that I trust with my mental stability, and vice versa. And we get money together and we build together. And if anything happens, you know, they, you know, not only is they their own individuals with their own shit, but my shit can go to them, because I know if my shit go to them, it go to my kids, it go to my descendants, and it doesn't leave outside of, you know, my family. I don't got 30 niggas that'll take my money and go buy motherfucking cars and houses and just fuck my whole, you know, fuck my whole vision up. And
Legacy
so,
up. Your whole legacy, bro.
Yeah. So I'm in it for the legacy. Yeah, I'm in it for the legacy, and that's why
That's the reason why. That's the reason why. Look at Bob Marley. Bob Marley had a lot of women, and his thing was well structured. That his legacy is living to this day. His children are doing well. All these children, they came together. All Bob Marley children, they came together. They make music together. They have different mothers. They have no animosity with each other, and they just build on the father legacy. So big up yourself, bro. I can't thank you enough for coming through, brother.
That's right. Listen, that's love. I appreciate you having me. You know, this is a beautiful platform. I love coming on here. You know, I'm gonna continue to come on here, and I wanna leave with this jewel, man. You know, poly is not for niggas that ain't got no motherfucking goals. You know, I want to say this. If you want a woman to play her position, nigga, you gotta play yours. I ain't saying you gotta be the most smartest nigga in the world. I'm not saying that. But nigga, you gotta be about something. Nigga, do not think you gonna be, you know, just having multiple women and you ain't about shit. You ain't got no business plan. You ain't got nothing. I ain't saying you gotta have money, because y'all can build the money together. But nigga, you don't even got a goal. Like, nigga, what the fuck is your goal? You know what I'm saying? So I just want to let y'all know, nigga, it's not for niggas that's not thinkers. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta have shit. You could be starting from the ground. It's 3 months. If 3 people can't get bread together from the ground, I don't know what to tell you. But I just want to say this. For all of the women who may get into a polygamous relationship, don't get in no polygamous relationship with no niggas that ain't got shit going on mentally. These niggas ain't got an idea, a clue. They don't know what the fuck they want to do. Nigga been waiting on this mixtape to take off for 2 years. The shit not taking off. Nigga ain't got nothing. No. Because all you gonna do is fuck two to 3 people's lives up at one time versus the one person you would have fucked their life up. And for the niggas who got something going on and they looking for poly, you know, I would tell you to get on the same wave I'm on. I mean, I would suggest, don't be fucking with females that just want to look cute and be in your face and think you got to take care of them. Like, nah, the relationship is an ambitious, business-based relationship. I don't want women thinking that niggas got to be rich and taking care of them and they ain't got to do like, no, this shit is so we can all tag team each other. We can heal each other. We can spiritually grow. We can educate each other, and we can get money together. This shit is not just to be taking pictures on the internet saying, ha, you know, I got multiple women. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm very strict. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not talking to no female that just think she about to become an extra bill in my life. Like, nah, I don't get a relationship that's just bills. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't want no female thinking I'm about to be like, I don't do weave. I don't do none of that. I don't do church or none of that. So this is why I'm not strict. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care. Like you can be yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that strict. But as far as what my intent is, I'm strict on that. So I mean, I'm letting everybody know, dog, this shit is not just for the internet. Like, this shit is to really build generational wealth and really build a legacy. You can do it from the ground up. I'm not putting nobody in my pockets. But let's say if I was a nigga that worked at McDonald's and I only made $2,000 a month. If I got 2 other females that one work at Burger King, the other one work at Wendy's, that's $6,000 a month. And if y'all working there, I know where you living at ain't expensive. So if you got 3 motherfuckers in a 2-bedroom splitting a $700, $1,000 rent, and then y'all all splitting the car, do you know how much money y'all saving? So out of $6,000 a month, y'all probably only spending $2,000 on bills and groceries. You can pocket the other 4 or play with the stack and then pocket the 3. So if you pocket $3,000 every month for 4 months, that's $12,000. You can open up a new business every month working at McDonald's. So I don't want nobody. Yeah, so I don't want nobody to think like, oh, you know, because females feel like, oh, I'm only talking to a nigga that got money. Like, nah, the nigga that got money, that don't mean he got ambition. And the nigga that got ambition, that don't mean he got money. So when it comes to this relationship, it's about ambition and it's about goal. That's why I say I want my shit to be not just a loving, spiritual, and a relationship. I mean, we could turn up, we could do whatever you want to do, but we gonna get to this bag, and we gonna nation build. And me, I'm a savage, so. Yeah, I mean, I'm not talking to no female that I don't do Jesus at all. I don't go fuck if your mama do Jesus. I don't give a fuck. I don't do none of that. So I'm not bending. I'm not doing none of that. You feel me? So that's why I'm very strict on the type of motherfuckers that I will allow to talk to me or shoot they shot. But I be, like I said, I don't do too much. I tell motherfuckers all the time, if you feeling lucky, shoot your shot. But you gotta just know who you shooting your shot at. I'm not no average Joe. I don't do none of that. If you're looking for a nigga that's gonna buy you bags and buy you Gucci, I don't even buy Gucci for myself. So you in the wrong nigga DMs. I don't do weave. I don't do none of that. I'm all the way woke. You can get fly, but I'm not. It's gonna have to be on our terms. You feel me? If you want some designer shit, open up your own business and rock your own designer shit. We can do that. But I don't do Gucci. I don't do loot. None of that. So I'm just putting a template out there because I feel responsible. Since I'm advocating a relationship, I feel responsible personally to advocate the fact that it must be done healthy. I don't want motherfuckers going out here and, you know, getting 2, 3, 4, 5 people pregnant at one time and it's just horrible. So if I'm gonna give you the benefits of the relationship, I'm gonna give you the way it's supposed to be done. Now y'all take that and do what you do. If y'all go out here and act like y'all ain't got no sense, that's on y'all. But don't blame it on polygamy. Polygamous relationships are not no worse than monogamous relationships. It's about the mentalities of the people that's involved, straight up. And with that being said, I mean, this has been another great clash of the great minds.
Big up yourself, bro.
Yeah, whenever you're ready to have me back, I'll be back.
All right, brother. Big up yourself. Stay safe, man.
Salute. Holla. Love
All
y'all.
right.
Peace.
Good. Power, bro. Yeah, man. I'm a general, that people. Yeah, so people, yeah, that was a good reasoning. Big up on yourself. Seeing? Be safe. Don't catch no virus. Seeing? So let's big up on yourself and go and learn and go and teach. See?
Every good body girl just broke out cause of your time. All of them for the world anytime they see all your wine. And I just get a mad cause I want every time. That's funny baby. Broke it on. 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 Broke it on.
Hold up. Take care of yourself. See? Big up yourself, pharaoh. Good looking out, man.